Hanukkah. The story is told to our children. Their Yevanim did not allow us to learn Torah. We weren't allowed to have Bris Milah, Bench Rosh Chodesh. So the Chashmonaim went to battle against the Yevanim for their religious freedoms. And in a miraculous turn of events, the Jews were able to defeat and conquer the Yevanim. It was the Ma'atim Biyad Rabim, it was the Giborim Biyad Chalashim, and yet they were able to overcome and win this war. After they got to the Beis HaMikdash, they looked and they could only find one jug of oil. But miraculously, that one jug of oil, which was only supposed to last one day, in fact lasted 8 days. So we have two very different miracles. The Gemara in Shabbos asks, "My Chanukah, what is Chanukah?" And the Gemara there, is Rashi explains, what is the reason we celebrate Chanukah? And it could be because of the war, or it could be because of the jug of oil that lasted 8 days. And the Gemara there says that it was because of the jug of oil that was supposed to only last for one day, but instead lasted for 8 days, that we celebrate Chanukah. But if one looks carefully in the middle of our Shemona Esrei, or while one is benching, in the middle of Al Anisim, there the Gemara mentions the wars and how we overcame the Tmeim B'Yad Tahorim. We were weak and they were strong, and yet we overcame, we were victorious, and then we just went and lit the menorah. But no mention of this unbelievable miracle of the candles lasting for 8 days when they were only supposed to last for one. So he seems to have a conflict between the Gemara, which tells us the reason is the oil, versus our Tfilos, which only mention the war. The Maral and the Gemara explains, the Gemara in Shabbos explains a very, very beautiful reason and how to justify these two events and put them together as one. Very often, when one achieves victory in battle, they'll attribute their success to some military tactics, to the greater weapons, or perhaps they just outsmarted the other team, the other group. For example, after 1967, the bumper stickers in Eretz Yisrael all read, "In Sahal we trust." But was it the battle? Was it the weapons? Was it the smarts of the Chashmonaim? Or was it the hand of a Kadosh Baruch Hu? One could argue it looked very natural. So Kadosh Baruch Hu arranged that there was a Pach Hashem, and it was a miraculous event that the Pach Hashem lasted for 8 days. But we don't say Hallel because we're able to do a mitzvah. We only say Hallel because we're saved from potential death. But what's so significant about the menorah lasting 8 days, it was clearly a supernatural event. But when we see the hand of Hashem in a very supernatural event, it shows us that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is running the show, even in a natural way, even in the military victory. So we have the miracle of the Pach Hashem and of the jug of oil lasting for 8 days. But that's to remind us that even the military victory was the hand of God. And this is the message of Chanukah. Chanukah, which takes place in the dead of winter, the darkest time of year, when you don't see the hand of Hashem. But we light up the menorah as soon as it gets dark to remind us of the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that He is there even when we don't see Him, within the natural order of the world. But sometimes we need a supernatural event to remind us that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is running the world. But those supernatural events remind us that even the most natural, mundane things, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the one pulling the strings. Have a lichtige Chanukah.